Well, howdy. Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this. Today is likely to be the last spider report in the Shelton, Washington Weather Plague Spider Report. I'll do the spider report first. The last of the garden spider. She's still tucked up on the wall with her legs close up to her. So, the end is close. She's the last of the two garden spiders that came in during the summer. I mean, she's lasted for a very long time. The spiders that were there were there for a long time, and it was awesome. But it's the natural cycle of life, and so it's sad, though, and it makes me sad. So it's going to be likely the last spider report, unless a new spider comes up and fills her place, but I'm going to be sad. Life is life. For the weather and plague rat report, though, it was not raining yesterday when I went walkies, and I didn't go walkies to Walmart. I've been feeling down enough, and I don't have enough cannabis. I hurt too much to make that huge walk. So I've just been walking around downtown. It takes about an hour and some, so it's like a 3-mile walk. It's not huge, but it's better than nothing. So thumbs up on that. And it like I said, it wasn't raining, damp, but... And then for the plague rat report, I think it's finally starting to sink in. When I go into the stores now, Safeway. Oh, excuse me, I drank a carbonated beverage after eating some yogurt. And now it's a mix of cola and yogurt in my stomach, and the gas needs to escape. But people seem to be wearing masks more. Hopefully. So that's a good thing. Definitely a thumbs up on that. So, yay! There's that small portion of life. Definitely a thumbs up. I don't have a ton of stuff on my list over here. I have been, did I just say this? I've been feeling more down of late, and so it's just biochemistry. Plus, I have SADS, Seasonal Affective Disorder Syndrome. As much as I like darkness, I'm actually more depressed during the winter time, not as much sunlight. And during the summer, I was actually feeling pretty good, and I was actually resentful when the sun started to go down early, because I got used to it being like sunlight at 8 and 9 o'clock going walkies. Getting dark, but still, it was still light. Not now. I mean, it's like 5 o'clock at night. 5 o'clock at night, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and it gets dark. So just feeling more down because of that, and down because I've mentioned I've got less cannabis, so it's a natural antidepressant, and it's pain control. And the more you hurt, the more you get depressed. The more depressed you are, the more things hurt, and that's a natural feedback cycle that doesn't end well. So yay. I mean, things will change. I have cyclical depression. Situations change, things change. And so it's not a bad, terrible thing that's going to last forever. It's just right now, and especially holidays are hard for a lot of people. And my wife, who's been dead for 6 years now, she loved this time of season. And my parents liked it. So that's 3 of the 4 people that I used to really get involved with for the season, all gone and dead. And this has all happened in the last 6 years. So, yeah, I still get depressed around this time of year. Life is life. And then with the big foo-hurrah with my in-laws, where for some reason my brother-in-law decided that I was thoroughly evil, when I was just a broken man trying to find out what to do in life, not to die. So, yay on that. So, it's joyous during this time of year. Yay. Another quick thing, though, and a really quick thing, because it's with the spider over there going, I've been thinking about this before, because when it was still summerish, late summer, autumn, and I go walkies, we have there's like these ants that fly around, and there'll be flying ants everywhere. And I don't know if they're carpenter ants or what kind of ants, but I'd go walkies and there'd be ants flying around all over. And then there's moths when I go walking, there's occasionally moths that go flying. And what I think is interesting is when I'll be walking along the street and I can see about half a block away, there'll be a bug going, woo, loo, 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 loo. And I can tell just by what's going to happen that, it's going to bonk into me. And son of a gun, it comes over and then boink off my chest as I walk by, or I step to the side and it goes right through where I would have been. And I really like things like that. I mean, in a deterministic universe where you count back each moment, tick, 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 for us to interact like that, it took millions of people, thousands of years, massive amounts of coincidence, just so that we could intersect for a brief moment right then and there. And that's cool. I mean, we didn't do much, but for a brief moment, we shared a small place on this planet. And I like that. That's one of the reasons I'm sad that the spiders are gone, because for a short period of time, we shared a little bit of time and space on this planet together. And the odds of that are so low. The odds of you meeting up with the people you meet up with are so low. The fact that you have is amazing. So I celebrate that and feel happy when I come across them, and it's a good thing. I want to make friends with squirrels and raccoons and crows. When it gets to be summerish again, hopefully I'm going to have enough money I can carry a bag of bird feed with me. And whenever I see crows, I want to throw a handful of seeds at them. Make friends with crows. And I don't see a lot of raccoons, but I have seen them when out walking. I remember the one biggest thing that happened, I was walking up the hill on the sidewalk going up into northern Shelton. Across the street, there was a hill with, trees and bushes, and I heard this rustle, and then this raccoon went thump, fell out of the bush and rolled a few feet before it was like, what on earth? So that was cool. I like to see more of that. We got squirrels out there, and squirrels are fun. They're all nice. I like to see things like that. There's just less of it, but that's life, And then really, really quick, I do want to talk about how I follow a lot of people on Twitter. If anyone follows me, I try to follow them back. There's not a lot of interaction with most people. I don't spend a lot of time like on Twitter or other types of social media, especially when I find myself seeking any kind of self-validation through social media. I immediately just shut it all down and leave for hours. I mean, I like to share things that I think are funny. I like to comment on people's things that touch me. I like communication and small, conversations that you can have. But when I find myself seeking validation, that's when I gotta shut it down. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Ugh. Carbonated beverages, especially colas, and yogurt do not mix. If you want your stomach to be upset, drink a Diet Cola beverage after having eaten some yogurt. The dairy and the carbonated stuff just do not like each other. So, yay. But I follow people, as I said, on Twitter and all this, that, and the other. Now, I try not to talk about various things, and generally, if I talk about stuff like politics on Twitter or Facebook or, well, that's roughly it, but any forms of social media, I try not to talk about politics because politics is incredibly divisive. That's why I try not to talk too much politics on my channel here, even though you know my politics. I am left of center in the United States, which means compared to the rest of the world, I am still far, far, far to the right. The United States, what we call the left in the United States, is still way, way, way over here into the right territory. The entirety of political conversation in the United States is so far skewed to the right that you could move it to the left for days and the center would still not even be in vision. So my leftist views are slowly getting more and more left, but I'm still firmly far to the right of the center. Just part of life. I live in the United States. So, but If I talk with people online and something comes up that's bothersome, where I'm not going to be able to communicate with somebody without true communication, or if your mind is made up and you're not arguing because you want to exchange information, you're arguing because you're wrong, then I don't want to be involved in these conversations. And a lot of it has to do with self-care. You need to take care of yourself. And if conversations with people are going to upset you, cut them out of your life. Either unfollow them or block them. There are people on Twitter that are proud of their block lists. I mean, they are to the point that they just say, if you are even slightly negative about any of the things that I hold as important, I'm going to block you. You're gone. I don't need that in my life, making my life worse. Now, yes, of course, there's the danger of echo chambering when you do that. You need other voices. You don't just want the same voices in the same echo chamber, because that doesn't help. You need to have other thoughts. But there's nothing wrong with blocking people that are going to bother you. If it's going to bother you to talk with somebody or hold a conversation, do what you have to do. You have to take care of yourself. Now, like I say, I try not to block people unless I come across somebody where I know it's not going to be of any use, where I'm just going to get upset, they're going to get upset, the twain shall never meet. So I'm just going to cut those people out. Not a lot, because generally, like I say, because I don't spend a ton of time on social media because of the whole I run away from it, especially on Twitter. Twitter is a hellhole of outrage and negativity. And outrage and negativity can be fun, especially since outrage and negativity feel good, and so it is its own reward. But that's why I avoid it when I start getting ramped up. Don't feel bad about cutting people off from social media if they do nothing but rile you up. Now, I'm not saying they rile you up on purpose. It could be that it's just somebody, their personality, their way of speaking, the subject, whatever. If just engaging with them ramps up your blood pressure, how does that help you? It doesn't. And you have to practice self-care, especially right now. Especially if you're a United States citizen. Holy smokes. With the President of the United States doing his damnedest to just overthrow everything democratic about the country and install himself as a dictator. So, yay. That's joyous. Who would have thought? That was never on my bingo card of things that was going to go wrong. Other things that I wanted to talk about, just because of various other things. People have said that they're worried or occasionally bothered by the thought that I might stop making videos for various reasons. That's for at least for the immediate future, unless there's some sort of emergency where something gets broken, or I'm in the hospital or on a ventilator because someone's not wearing a mask. I'm going to be making videos. One of the issues with especially men my age and older in the United States is work is tied with identity so strong. What happened in the United States a lot is men my age or older, when they retired, because of the way life was, if you worked in one place, you could effectively work there your whole life. When you retired, you had nothing. And since your life, your self-worth was tied to being a breadwinner, a lot of men would retire and then within a few years just die. When I broke working as a nurse's aide, I did my damnedest to try and find things to hook onto, because I was acutely aware of that, and I did not want to fade away and die just because I couldn't work anymore. And so I latched onto my wife after that. And then she died. Well, now I've got a channel This channel gives form and structure to a formless and structureless life. I'm not going to go turning my back on it because right now it's the central tenet and pivot point of my life. And without it, I don't really have that central core. So yeah, I'm going to be making videos at least for the foreseeable future. Definitely a thumbs up on that. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. What do I say for the rest of that? Well, yeah, okay. I hate my brain. If I mispronounce a username, no disrespect. I do not hate my brain. I hate the way that my ADHD forces my brain to work. If I mispronounce a username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker, and even though I count American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand with my depression, fibro, mourning, ADHD, and more, I'm sometimes lucky I can remember what my own name is. So we have Giraffe Longneck? Yeah, and you are correct. Koalas are not stupid. They are perfectly adapted to their environment, and that does not mean they're stupid. That means they're perfectly adapted to their environment. And that I said that they were stupid largely for jokes, but they are perfectly evolved for their environment. Ice Damon, greatly appreciated. Immortal Sin, hopefully you'll understand more. Panther Point, greatly appreciated. VG Kale, greatly appreciated. R.I.P. Joe Roken, thumbs up. Jay Osborne, greatly appreciated. Ethan Miller, thumbs up. We have Rosa Les 88, I sure hope I'm close. Storm Leander, greatly appreciate. Code, thumbs up, and thank you. Colin Reisenauer, thumbs up. Made in Canada, always good to see you in the comments. Hudson Holman, thank you. Snerd, good to see you in the comments. Nora L, thumbs up. Christopher Thomas, greatly appreciated. Ben B, who apparently is the cousin or uncle or something of somebody I talked to online. Russian Timing, thumbs up. Thank you. Melissa Ramirez, good to see you in the comments. Sebastian Ferris, thumbs up and thank you. Brady Miller. And there's Dom, greatly appreciated. Ice Damon, thumbs up. And Nick David, greatly appreciated. Each and every one of you. Whether or not I agree with your comments or not, you get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with the real people, definitely a thumbs up. And if you leave a comment, if I don't agree with it, but you're not abusive, I'll leave it up. The minute you become abusive towards me or anyone else, your comment is gone. And if it happens a couple times and I recognize your name, you get blocked. So, thumbs up on that. And hey, if you could check out my various links down below, I have Twitter, Facebook, Patreon.com. If you could become a Patreon.com patron, like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. If you'd like to help me out without sending money through the patronage, I have a PayPal link down below. And if you'd like to help me out without sending money, I have an Amazon wishlist link as well. And Lucifer sent a whole bunch of cat food, 3 big boxes of cat food as a Christmas present. Thank you so very much. It is appreciated. Definitely a thumbs up. I can't remember how the rest of that goes because I derailed my conversation. My trail of thought. So, let's see. If you could toss me a like, since I'm completely lost, then I appreciate the cosmic.
Battery low.
I forgot to turn off my speakers. If you could toss me a like, that would be very, very cool. And oh, good Lord. Thumbs up. Who knows how the rest of it goes? I can't remember. My spiel is lost. And the lobster hat wearing duckhead of judgment suffers from a surplus of scorn. Do not disappoint the lobster hat wearing duckhead of judgment. It is ready, not eager, but ready to cast that scorn upon any and all it finds disappointing. Its mockery is severe. Do not disappoint the lobster hat wearing duckhead of judgment. It suffers from a surplus of scorn. I even messed that one up. Good Lord, where's my brain today? Well, I mean, it's inside of my head. It's just, I'm having issues thinking. Thumbs up for that. Anyway, though, please wash your hands, wear a mask, Try not to touch your face. Don't go out unless you have to. And if you must, practice your social distancing. This thing keeps mutating and it is deadly. Please be careful. So, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, my friend. Practice as much self-care as you can. Be as creative as you can. And take as much care as you can.